a sight you'll see in Manhattan every day. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is an amazing day where I am at the Paddock Lounge with my buddy Justin and Davin. There's a Ferrari in the background, and there's also an Aston Martin that you may be familiar with. So we're just gonna have a few glasses of champagne in order to celebrate this momentous occasion. So the lounge is perfect. It's got a rug, it's got some napkins, we have the Paddock gear, and we have champagne.
Filming today.
We are filming the Car Park series. We're looking at all these amazing people and all these amazing cars that we have all around us, all throughout. This is called what? The 911 Corral, even though every other car is represented here. And
it's about the 911s.
It really is.
That's what's most important.
Yeah.
So how does the culture of this compare to the West Coast and Luft?
Well, I love the West Coast culture. It's definitely changed my mind about you know, maybe being bi-coastal and going to LA more often.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we had a great time in LA, like all of us did. Like collectively, we had some of the best experiences in terms of like the food, the people, the culture.
The roads?
Oh yeah,
the driving roads?
With girls. Yeah. Yeah, the driving roads are absolutely incredible.
So
and the cars were usable. Like you could actually drive the car and use it on every imaginable circumstance. No potholes.
Perfectness.
Yeah.
Perfectness.
Absolutely.
What's the best car here today?
Well, there's only one way to find out, and let's look at the cars. So if there's anything that you would find interesting besides that Lamborghini in the distance or that Pinzgauer, we have a meeting of the pets. And they're gonna sniff each other until they figure out that they no longer want to hang out. But literally, this is one of the cool things that you'll see today. It's a 911 on a staircase, and this is done by Rox Motorsports. This is supremely incredible. And this is an amazing car.
Well, hello, sir. How are you?
I am great. I am telling them that you are the creator of this vehicle.
I am, and you put me on the spot really good.
I did?
You're good about this. Yes.
You made a phenomenal vehicle.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thank you.
And can you tell me some of the details of how this actually works in terms of being able to do this?
Believe it or not, the Safari look, its ride height's actually quite simple.
Yeah.
It's just suspension and chassis reinforcements. As far as the mechanicals are concerned, you're really looking at 3L CIS headers, cams, lightened up, limited slip. This one actually has a transmission cooler.
Yeah.
And it's been designed to really be a street car. Although it resides at Monticello Motor Club, it's designed as a street car.
Yeah.
And the gentleman who owns it actually does jump it on the dirt.
Yeah.
And it's pretty well known up there. And as far as the aesthetics are concerned, my signature art car design.
Yeah.
Whether it's secret bat cave operation going on with a little bit of a Jackson Pollock tribute on the wheels and on the sides, as well as the ducktail.
Yeah, the Jackson Pollock detail is spot on amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
And I love, and if you guys don't know who Jackson Pollock is, it's the drip painting genius that came out of Long Island, New York.
Yep. It's the guy.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Rich.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, I appreciate your time and showing me this amazing car.
Anytime.
And these are some of the surprises you'll see here at Car Park. And we will continue on. So ladies and gentlemen, it's not only a Porsche on a staircase, we have a Toyota Land Cruiser of the FJ variety that you could find at, hey, what's going on? We have a ton of cool cars, such as this Toyota Land Cruiser, and of course we have the Stray Dog Classics with a surfboard on the back, which was a familiar sight, and this was positioned here last year at this event, and that Jaguar just looks really nice, especially with the art in the background. But right behind me, we have a really fun car that has gone off-roading and has not been cleaned, but it is certainly one of the better driving examples of an early G-Wagon. Really cool stuff. And it's owned by my buddy Jeff. In terms of really cool cars, we have this pillarless Jaguar that is tucked away in a corner that has an astounding interior and double gas caps. So no matter which part of the gas station you pull up to, you can fill up from either side of the car. There's no reversing and having to do a U-turn in a gas station in order to properly fill in your car and potentially pull the hose across perfect paintwork. And this is a car that you should all be familiar with. This is a Porsche 356. This is a speedster that raced in period at the bridge. And in case you don't know, and if you're watching this video for the first time, this is the racing history of the Porsche 356 Speedster owned by Lake Underwood. So I am a fan of this classic Corvette, and I'm also a fan of this Corvette as well. It's a 65 Alvis. I had to do a double take because I really didn't know what it was until I saw it and I read the license plate, and then it just clicked. It was like a revelation. I'm like, okay, I know what this is now. But I was definitely caught between thoughts, thinking initially it was a Rolls Royce from far away. But this wood interior, across the belt line, across the dashboard, is done to a high level of perfection in period. And these leather seats, it looks like it has stadium seating where the rear passenger sits slightly higher than the front row. And the wire wheels. Just a beautiful car overall. And it's somewhat surprisingly compact when you see it in person for the first time. Along the center, you have a sea of Porsche 911s, including this beautiful SC. We have air-cooled, air-cooled, water-cooled, air-cooled, water-cooled. Now you get to my car, which is air-cooled, dark blue, to a lighter blue, which is water-cooled, owned by my friend Erica. And we have a beautiful 930, which is an air-cooled. Phenomenal car. But if we go across, we find one of the coolest cars from my Dumb and Dumber dreams. This is a beautiful Diablo. But in case you didn't see this car, here is the sun hitting this car perfectly. This is a SC30 in a perfect violet color. This was a car that I owned a model car of when I was a child. Perfect interior. And it is 100% gorgeous. Just look at this paint as it reflects off the sun. It is one of the most beautiful cars that you'll ever see in your life. There may not be a more beautiful car in existence in terms of paint finish. And it is easily one of the greatest cars in the top 5 greatest cars of the 1990s. Just look at this gorgeous exhaust snaking through the undercarriage of this vehicle. Rally, make sure you go to that. Use this QR code. There you go. In order to get more information about this beautiful Lamborghini Diablo SC30. Wow. One of my buddies just told me I match the car perfectly in this outfit. And he is 100% right.
You're dressed for the occasion.
Yes, I am dressed for the occasion. What did it take in order to get this car here today?
This had to come up a pretty steep ramp.
Yes.
Luckily.
I captured that footage at the beginning of this video. So I'm going to show you that footage right now.
The car is surprisingly easy to drive, but
Yeah.
Jeff did get me stopped right in the middle to guide me, which made it a little difficult with everyone watching, but it got up, no issue.
Yeah.
And it's in the right spot right now and popping in the sun, which is perfect. It went from Alex's sweatshirt to Alex's shoe color right now.
Yeah. Perfectly matching my shoes.
Exactly.
And this is, yeah, I could stare at this car for hours and hours and hours because it just hits the sun perfectly right in this atmosphere, which is beautiful.
It's killer.
Downtown Manhattan. Something that you probably won't see ever in your life. Look at that image right there. Yes. I'm gazing through this interior. I see that there are carbon details which predate a lot of vehicles that did not have carbon fiber options in period. So all these carbon details you might have found in other exotic vehicles of the time, but this interior is really, really cool. It's a very cozy interior. Definitely a tight fit. But the leather workmanship, the 30 details from the SC, no, limited rear visibility. But this is really cool in terms of like the leather stitching, the deviated stitching, the piping on the seats, which I'd never noticed before. But the carbon bits in this, I really didn't know it had until I'm seeing this car for the first time. Really cool stuff. Amazing Pirellis, which are really hard to get. Special edition OZ wheels, magnesium. Really cool stuff. Thank you. Wow. Kids go crazy for this car. Another car that will capture your attention is this beautiful Lotus race car. So let's take a look at this and try to dissect some of the details. I mean, some of the things that pop out immediately are the trumpets right behind the driver's head. So if you are going really fast and you're sitting in this position, as Jim Clark would have done in period, your hair might be caught on that distributor cap right along those trumpets. And yeah, you definitely had to have short hair because the wind would totally get the hair into this whole mess and potentially burn your head off. The position of the stick shift, that is really cool. Definitely a tight fit. Someone my height will definitely not be able to fit in this. But, this is a genuine race car with early versions of aerodynamics. Rechannel that air and try to redirect it around the driver. That's why those fins are there in the front. And it's designed to cut wind because you want to be as efficient as possible when getting through the finish line. Really cool stuff. And it's here at Car Park. This is a car that some of you are familiar with. This is a Lotus Evora GT. This is a car that I had previously test driven on the channel. It is beautiful. Thanks to Paddock, it is here. Now you have a Ferrari, which is really, really cool. She's having a lot of fun. And you have a Ferrari challenge car, Berkeley Motorsports. Hello, Jason. Car is done to perfection. This is a 348 challenge. You have an 812 Superfast. And you have a really cool car right here, which is a 512 Testarossa with the cheese graters on the side. And it is really, really nice. Meeting of the dogs. Big guy scared of the little one. That car.
Oh, wow, yeah.
If any of you know the history of BMW and their history with M Motorsports, the M1 is their first iteration of a streetable race car. And this was designed by the folks over at Lamborghini, and it was in collaboration with BMW in order to get some of the best possible driving dynamics and performance on the road. This is a M1, not a 1M, as many of you are familiar with the 1M, which is a modern iteration of BMW M Performance. This is a car from the 1980s that did everything perfectly right. It was well balanced, forgotten, and for what I think these cars are worth, I think they're severely underpriced because they offer a lot of performance and a lot of reliability and a great engine. And really, how could you ever go wrong with an M Coupe? If there was ever an attractive lineup right here of amazing early BMWs, you have that E30 M3, you have this gorgeous M5. And this is not a BMW, this is a Lancia, for those who are uninitiated into what great cars are. This is a car that really revolutionized rallying in Europe. And it's spread throughout the world like wildfire because people loved these cars because they really drive that good. Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion where we have more dogs and some great Japanese classics. And of course, the ramp. Thank you for watching.